Really, this has been topic for every discussion all throughout the week. It looks like the stagnant water is now breeding some more bacteria and so on and so forth. The stench, this is definitely being a health issue as well as a health risk. And I think it's really sad that people have lost their homes, because I think that's how I first and foremost even related with this. The fact that I'll work so hard, I'll build the kind of home that I want, I'll buy the TV that I want, I'll buy, the speakers that I want. I afford what I want for my comfort, and then there's a spillage and I lose literally everything. And the saddest bit is the fact that, they're not living at home now. They find themselves in a school, just staying there and relying on people like us to help them to sustain their lives. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, our president made a visit and he shared some comments as well. But before we get into the comments, I'd like to know how you feel about this as well. We're from the area, right? All three of us. Ika, Nipa, do you have anyone from that side of town?
No, I don't know anybody, but I have lived this experience like 3 times in my life. In fact, last year I did twice. So when I saw the video, I know what they are going through. Like I have lived there, my entire neighborhood. We've lived it twice last year. I even have it on my TikTok.
Which area is this?
Wager.
My. Yes, that's the other.
So I have lived this. So when I saw it, see what you're saying about their home, yes. Because your home is your safest place. Mm-hmm. If something is wrong in town, when you go home, this is where you get your peace. And now that thing has been stolen from you. It's crazy. And you are relying, the things that will be lost. Yeah. Because when something like that happens, you have to save what you can save. Yeah. And for me, always my bed gets stuck in there. Because my mattress, the sun will come out and it will dry. Right. But something like my fridge, and nobody's coming to save you at this point. You have to save yourself, because everybody has to save something in their room. Whoa. Something they can't replace. So it's like each one for himself. Like this one, it is real. I know. So when I saw, we'll come to the video of when I saw that, I was like, this is not the time at all. Like you don't know the pain. And one of them that happened to me, it happened in the night, and there was no light.
Whoa.
So imagine. There was one woman, one Saturday, she was walking, looking for her children, because when the thing happened, the kids were out going to, play. Yeah. And then they said, oh, maybe it's no. And then all of a sudden, everybody, you are using your phone touch. If you are not you didn't charge your phone that time, you are a goner.
So wait, where are you going at that point in time?
You don't know where you are going. You have to survive somehow. So for me, there's this house opposite. Right. It's a story building. So we just go and then we go and lodge at the top, and see, the sad thing is, if you don't have food on you at the time the thing happened, for the entire time the water is going to be surrounding you, you're going to be actually very hungry, being in the this thing is not something. When I saw it, I felt like I'm really visiting things that I've seen before. Yeah. And to think that a whole president will pass a comment like this, Charlie, you think it's a joke. It's not a joke. Like your life is destroyed.
Something like that.
And you have to build everything again.
Amazing. Hey, okay. I really do want to get more into your comments, but I want to hear Edem on this as well. Edem, what did you think about the whole situation, even before we talk about the president's comments?
I think it's quite unfortunate that those that have to go through this experience, I'm not sure this is the first time, but it's the extent to which it went is very, very far. And I'm saddened that, since the construction of this dam, post-independence, we've not been able to find a solution to this. I've seen a story where there's going to be a cabinet retreat, and one of the things they will look at is how to tackle this spillage thing. And it is something that as a country we need to pay attention to, because people cannot use many years to acquire some things. And within a twinkle of an eye, that thing is washed away just like that. Especially in these times where we are in difficult moments. Yeah. If you call Komla, you tell you if you call Tilly and Koye, so it will be difficult for you to, get your life back, because people are also going through hard times. Right. And this is not a time for you to, lose everything you've really gathered. So my sympathies to them, and I'd like to say that this is like a national call. Everybody should get involved. I've seen TV3 commends CSR initiative, which is very good. I've seen other media houses too embark on the same thing. Everybody should get involved, because government cannot do it all in terms of I mean, trying to compensate people.
Yeah.
Let us all get involved. It's a national call. Let's get
agree.
involved and help those who are going through this. It's unfortunate.
It truly is. And
I have to call my village to find out whether
they're okay, but they're fine.
Yeah, they are fine.
I mean, wow. Let's take a look at our video now. We get back and get talking.
I came here because Ghanaians are having difficulties and are suffering. And it is my responsibility to try and help. Because if it's a question of counting who votes for me and who doesn't vote for me, I shouldn't be here, because you don't vote for me. But that is not my concern. And in any event, one day you will vote for me and my party.
And that video actually got a lot of people talking. It had a lot to say. It was quite like a salad, really. Komla, your thoughts on the actual issue as well as the comments?
I want to go about this without getting emotional. I think I side with people who say the authorities who spilled the water could have done better. I mean, they knew that they were going to spill X amount of water. And they knew that this is usually when they spill, this is the extent to which it floods homes and etc. There could have been a way where they would have collaborated and evacuated as many people as possible before the spilling, so that we would not have the extent of devastation that we've seen. Because in excess of 27,000 people being displaced is not a joke. In other places, as many people have said, a state of emergency would have been declared. This is a crisis situation on our hands. And as in the last few hours we are learning, children are getting infected with diarrhea, typhoid cases are rising, you know, and it appears that people are just helpless. So when I heard that the incident had happened, I mean, I was just praying that as much as possible, no lives will be lost.
Yeah.
Thank God so far, no lives have been lost. But when you look at the videos, I mean, just the level of the water to be up to the roof of some of the buildings, it's heartbreaking. You cannot but just empathize with these people and hope that their lives can get back some way, somehow. I do not know how, but we just hope that some way they're able to get their lives back. And then on the comments that the president made, I mean, I've heard many people condemn and criticize the president for these comments.
Do you think it was apt?
I thought it was a slight joke that was misplaced. I mean, of all the places to crack a joke, definitely not where people have been displaced, people are grieving. It's not the place to make such a slight joke. But I get the sense that he may have been responding to some comments that may have been made behind the scenes. Already he had been criticized for responding late because he was not in the country at the time. We have seen the president use his social media platforms to comment on incidents elsewhere with breakneck speed. And so if after a week and more before the president has decided to act, many people thought that it was deliberate. And so I guess he was responding to that criticism that in any case I was out of the country, but I have come, you know, so I'm here. It should have ended there. As for the part about the votes and the...
You think it was extra?
I don't know. I mean, and that's why people are bashing them, and then we have heard MPP communicators struggling to justify and explain what the president has said. And it has become one too many. And the president will say something somewhere, which is plain English that everybody can understand. Then we'll have communicators now trying to explain what
he
the
said
English...
as well.
And it creates an impression that, no, this is something that they themselves know in their hearts of hearts that this is unjustified.
Right.
But they have to defend it.
I'm going to throw a different question, and that's to ask that. Don't you think that perhaps, you know, when you find yourself in some kind of tight situation that seems to be a bit too serious, sometimes you just want to throw in a little bit of humor just to lighten things up a little bit. You know, don't you think perhaps that could have been the angle that they came from? Tilly, let's hear you on that.
If tight for whom? The president or the people? Because who is suffering? It's not the president, it's the people. So all he could have said was, I came here because Ghanaians are having difficulties and suffering. It is my responsibility to help. That is it. That is your responsibility, to help, or to try to help.
Right.
And use votes and everything. It looks like whenever it comes to MPP, politicians and everything, vote first, politics first before the people. I keep saying this. If it's about the people, you won't say these kind of things, especially when people are suffering. Now listen, sometimes it's not about being present. It's about even how you take the situation when you are present. Because people, they just lost their homes and all. This is not the time to come and pass a joke. Yeah, like sometimes, let's see that you care about people. There's a certain level of urgency, like you care, like you are worried about. You don't have to come and joke about it, because maybe to you it's funny, but at that point in time and place, it's not right for the people listening to the joke. For someone like me who has been in a situation like that, what kind of joke is this?
Right.
Like,
so,
I don't get it.
So you definitely be upset at the fact that he would tell a joke like
First
that.
of all, it's not a joke.
People were even laughing.
No, it's not a joke.
But people were laughing.
That's the thing. Ghana for yen Ghana for yen more people will complain that the president, what, they'll go and meet the president. Instead of telling the president their problem, they'll go and give the president a citation. Ghana for yen
What's Ghana for yen though?
I want to do for.
Let's translate it.
We are hypocrites. We are hypocrites.
Oh, right.
We are hypocrites.
Oh.
Behind the president, we spill all our problems. But when we have the chance to actually let the person know that this is what we are going through, that is when we want to prove to the man that, oh, we love you too. This was a bad joke at the wrong time, but you have to let the man know that. No, I don't know whoever told him that was a cool joke, whether it was something they said behind the scenes and all. That thing shouldn't have been something you say to people who are in distress.
Right.
Like, it's not the time. So
I see.
I just felt like that is how he feels anyways.
Right.
Oh, Kofo Ede, and yes, say Ghana for Beka Sakra, Kawe Kakame, because I want to me. That is the simple truth.
Right.
And he had
That's
to
a
make
different
it
way to look
known.
at it.
Yeah, he had to make it known. He said, but you see, it's not about who votes for you. Once you are the president, it's not about who has party card. It's about the country. So whether it is Nampanduru, that you have never got a single vote from, they are part of the people you swore to serve. So you don't come and pass such
Interesting.
a light joke like it's nothing, it's something.
I get where you're coming from as well. Adam, she says she doesn't think that the joke was a joke, like it shouldn't have been said at all. Do you think that it was an icebreaker, as others would in conversation?
Oh, for me, icebreakers are mostly before you speak, to break the ice. But this was in the middle. So this, coming from communication point of view, I think that it was wrong to, bring it out. If you look at the communication, the communication cycle, you have the messenger delivering the message, and through that there is some sort of code. So you encode, then you communicate through a channel, and there is that the receiver, and that point is where the person decodes.
Yeah.
And around the channel there is the noise, and we are made to understand that anything which will distort the meaning of the message you are putting across is a form of noise. So anytime you are communicating, you need to communicate in plain terms so that you do not leave noise around to, cause what we are experiencing now. So I think they created a noise around the communication with that bit, because if you say you've not voted for me before, I hope you vote for me. This is not a campaign platform. We have a year ahead of us to vote. This is not the point. It's like what you are doing is not genuine. You are doing it because you want them to vote for you later, like you said. I know one day you vote for me. So, are you going to use this opportunity to campaign or what?
So it seemed more like a campaign strategy than a sympathy.
You are trying to create awareness that, you see, you don't vote for me, but I've come here to help you, to do you a favor. So next
one
time,
day you
remember
vote for
me.
Right.
So, that is clearly that is what happened.
Okay.
And this shouldn't be the time and the platform for this. Communication, timing is very important.
I
the
agree.
time you put across the message is important even than everything. So let us be very circumspect. We should know the occasion and the kind of message to put across so that we don't get ourselves
I've heard people calling for the president to apologize for this.
Yes, I've seen that as well.
The minority, but we all know it won't happen.
Yeah. Do you think they should
not.
apologize?
It won't happen.
Do you think he should apologize?
It won't happen. On the basis of what we have seen over the period, there's no way.
So you don't think he should apologize, though?
I'm
You're not
saying to you
offended?
that it will not happen.
Interesting. All right, but then what are your final thoughts on the issue? I know you wanted to share some other things as well.
I just hope that the various institutions will still get help to the people. The Ghana Health Service had said that they are going to offer free healthcare to the displaced persons. We hope that it is what it is. All the relief items that are channeled there are getting to the people.
Yeah.
Nobody is diverting any of the resources elsewhere because this is Ghana.
Yeah.
We hope that the people, the 26,000 plus people, are going to be the beneficiaries of the goodwill of the people, of Ghanaians who are contributing their widow's mite to these people. And then ultimately, as they have said that they are going to use some, is it $40 million to settle the farmers who lost their farm fields, etc. And then also some of the cash donations the Vice President made, we hope they go to the right people so they can start from somewhere.
People's room.
I mean, one of the things I struggle to deal with is the fact that I can't even get the timeline for how long it would take to drain, the water.
It can take a day.
It can
It can take less than even a day.
if they put their minds to it.
It's miraculous.
But they are still
how it
spinning.
happens.
And
and
luckily,
it looks like they
yesterday
may
there
spill more
wasn't a
because
rise.
They're more
just
influenced.
prayed.
Exactly.
If it's
But
supposed to
so-
go back, it can take less than a day. In fact, it can take 2 hours to do. It's crazy how it happens.
I just pray that this is really resolved quickly. One thing that we want to do is to get you to also help, donate to, help our fellow brothers and sisters who find themselves in this dire situation. These are the details. You can just donate your widow's mite. Cash can be sent through the 3 foundation accounts, Zenith Bank Ghana Limited. This is the Kojo Thompson Road branch, to do. And the account name is 3 Foundation. Account number is 6010 60 39 27. I'll take it again. 60 10 60 39 27. And the account name is 3 Foundation with the sort code 120104. Again, the sort code is 120104. Or you can use the mobile money line 0597 433 110. 0597 433 110. Or the merchant's ID 120494. That's 120494. Let's do this to put a smile on their faces today. We have some tweets that we'll be sharing with you now on the same issue. Let's take a look at the tweets. Now, I'm waiting for GH says, it pains the president that he has to help Voltarians. I guess we all remember the year they budgeted for all regions in Ghana and left out the Volta region. Today's outthrust shows that the budget neglect issue wasn't an oversight. Hashtag just resign. Okay, let's see more tweets coming through. I mean, this particular issue really just hits me. Citizen Nana Boateng, okay, we just missed that. Naji says, so what feasibility and disaster readiness work went in before the Akosombo Dam spillage? We are just playing people in this country who have continually refused to think. The havoc being wreaked is heartbreaking. Akufo-Addo is the, I missed that one, embodiment of failure in leadership. Okay. We also have Citizen Boateng saying timing, they say, is very vital in speech, agreeing with Adam. Though just a sublime humor, it wasn't necessary at that moment. It would have been better if he said, if he was opening a project. Citizens in those areas need words of comfort and not political speeches. Charlie, this is tough. Can we get any more? Okay, we've read this already. Ah, man, my heart goes out to all of our brothers and sisters who have been affected by this. We're going to go on a quick commercial break. When we get back, we have a lot more conversation to go on. Stay on. It's The Trends.